Hello team, today's challenge is due date, where we're given a date string in the format of ISO 8601, right? Not including the hours, so just the date, years, months, and day, and we need to calculate a date 9 months in the future. 9 months. There is going to be some interesting stuff in here where the jump from, say, May 29th to February 28th. So usually it lines up. We have 30 and 30, 27, 27, but February in 2026 doesn't have 29 days. It only has 28. So we need to back it off to the last day of the month. And I think they don't have another example, but we're going to account for any of that. So if it's if we're starting at a 31-day month and going to a 30-day month, we're still going to be able to figure it out, okay? All that is just going to work. So over here, into our code, we're going to start by creating a const of new date, okay? And we're going to set that to new date with that date string. Brilliant. The second thing that we need is we have to compare those days. The day of the month, okay? The specific day of the month is what we're going to compare later. So capturing it now becomes important so that we can use it later, okay? If we change it later on, we won't be able to do that comparison. So right here, that new date, we're going to get UTC date, okay? Right here, when we create the day, it's going to be based off of UTC, right? It kind of translates it into a UTC time for us. And then if we just use the standard methods, so get date, it will translate that back into whatever our current time zone is. By using UTC, we keep it standardized so that it's not going to shift on us based on our time zone, okay? So everything today is going to be get UTC date or get UTC something or other, okay? But now that we have that, we can do the change. And the trick here, so the thing that kind of really bugs me about the date API, right? The data interface is that it is an in-place change. All of these changes are in place. So we don't do a reassignment here. We just go new date dot set UTC months, month plural, month, sorry, month. And then from there, we make the change. And we can put any number we want in here. So this would actually be a month, okay? We don't want to do that. We want to increment. We want to add 9 months. So we need to new date dot get UTC month, okay? Just like that. Be sure that you add these parentheses. I made that mistake a few times, and it's like, why is it breaking? Because I forgot to call the function, right? I forgot to call the method. So right here, +9, brilliant. Again, it's an inline change, right? We are altering this data directly, which is why we had to get that data ahead of time. Once we make that change, there's no going back unless we revert the change, which is a total waste of time, right? But the magic of set UTC month or even set month is that if we have a number bigger than 12, right? Months are zero based for some strange reason in the data API. But if we have a number bigger than 11, it will roll over to the next year for us automatically. So we can just go +9 to whatever that is, and it's going to figure it out for us. The part that it won't figure out is the day itself. So again, if it is, what did they have here? May, right? May 29th or May 30th, right? And we go all the way to February 28th. Well, it's not going to be February 29th or February 30th because those dates don't exist. And in that case, the date API, the interface, is going to count up, right? So in an interesting twist of fate here where we set the month, well, there's also an extra property here for the day, right? We could use that. We aren't using it today, but when it starts to roll up the days of the month, so going back here, let's find like 11, right? It's going to increment the month to 9, which is going to be, in this case, July, right? And then it's going to start at 1 and roll up that number to 11. For some reason, behind the scenes, it's kind of doing that. And here, if we take, say, this number and roll it up without the adjustment, it would return not February 28th, but March 1st. It would roll it up to the next day, right? Which we absolutely don't want. If it's bigger than that, we want to roll it back, okay? The way to do that is with a conditional. So we go if, right? And we have that day. That's where we're using that day. So not equals new date dot get UTC date. I always get this one backwards. Get day is for the day of the week. Get date is for the day of the month. Kind of like it makes no sense to me, but this is what it is. Okay. So if this date doesn't equal this day, okay, then we need to roll it back. And the easiest way to do that is to go new date dot set UTC date, not like that, there it is, UTC date to 0, okay? And what this will do is kind of like how I was describing the months rolling up those days. This will go to 1, and then it'll say, oh, I need to, because 0 is less than 1, I need to go backwards. So it will go to the last day of the previous month. So a little bit of magic there, but hopefully that's making sense, okay? The final step is to get just the date portion, because right now we are working with a whole date set, and that includes everything, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to get the new date string, okay? You'll notice that we're destructuring, because what we're going to do is take new date to ISO string, okay, which gives us that ISO 8601 format. But again, it includes a time. So we need to split on the capital T, okay? And once we do that, we will get 2 parts. We'll get the date and the time if we wanted it. We don't, so we can actually just skip that, okay? From here, bringing that down, pasting it in, and hopefully right here, did I forget to call something? Why isn't it working? Oh, right here. There's always one. That's the catch with date, is that everything is a method, everything. So now it works. Again, like before I was missing these when I was practicing this. Now I missed it on to ISO string. So be careful. If it's not working, double check that you added brackets to all of these, right? Every single one needs them. But there it is. It works, okay? And it works for all of them. Even leap years and short months, right? It just works. Now, again, I really like the Temporal API, okay? And if you're able to use that, this gets so much easier. Check this out. I'm going to comment this out, drop down here, and I'm going to set the date. Just like this, I'm going to set that equal to, I'm not sure why I used let here. I think I can use a const, but temporal plain, come on, spell it right, plain date. Again, temporal has a few, so it has plain time, plain date, and plain date time. Because we're only concerned with the date, we only need plain date, which is really handy. Like really, the flexibility in it is all built in. Really nice to see. We're gonna set from and toss in date string just like this. Excellent. Okay. Then we get our new date. Okay. And our new date is date. Don't forget the equals. Date dot add what? Well, it's an object where we can pass in what we're doing. Okay. So we're going to go months. We're going to set that equal to 9. Excellent. And then we return new date dot to string. Okay. At which point, again, it works, and it works a lot shorter, right? In this case, the add mechanism already has the system built in. It's called overflow. Sorry, I almost forgot that. But it has an overflow property that is set to contain. So when we set the months, if it goes over the last day of the month, it automatically brings it back, okay? Unfortunately, it doesn't have a way of rounding forward, right? It has overflow and I think revoke. I forget the exact property, or deny, something like that, right? You can go and look that up later if that's important. But really nice feature where if we're just doing months and we are outside of the number of days in that month, it will bring it back for us. Okay, it stays within that scope. And then, of course, we just convert it to a string because it would be a temporal object, right? And send it out the door. Now, again, at the time of this recording, some browsers don't support it. Maybe you're on older browsers too that also don't support it. So in this case, I'm in Chrome, which is, I'm in a newer version of Chrome. And temporal works, which is really nice. Makes it really easy, right? If you don't have that, then you need to jump through a few hoops. And that's okay too. It's not high science. It's just going through the steps. So which one did you like? Which one did you hate? Did you find a different version where you split apart the years, months, and days and did some interesting math, right? All those would work. Let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, for today, this has been Due Date, and I will see you tomorrow.